An awesome day to be out in the country, taking a ride on my magnificent steed, thumping beautifully between my legs. We're heading, Nell and I, we're heading to Watervalboven to see a man about an alternative theory as to the origins of mankind. If I had to ask you about the origins of mankind, where do we come from fundamentally right back then, what would your answer be? Would you talk about Charles Darwin? Would you talk about evolution? Would you talk about creationism, the Garden of Eden? What's your perspective? Where does it come from? Are you interested in the topic? I'm very interested in the topic. And quite recently in my life, I came across an alternative description or an alternative explanation for the origins of mankind. The very first known or the very first documented civilization in history were the Sumerians, and the Sumerians lived in the area that a lot of people refer to as the Garden of Eden, the Tigris, the Euphrates rivers, Iran, Iraq, that kind of area, geographically speaking. Now, archaeologists have found tablets. The Sumerians were able to write. They were the civilization that appeared out of nowhere, that had libraries and roads and architecture and art and culture. And they seemingly appeared from nowhere. They didn't evolve to this state of civilization. They seemed to appear out of nowhere. And because they had writing, they were able to transcribe or scribe. They used, as their paper, they used mud that was baked into tablets. And the name of their language was cuneiform. And a lot of these tablets have been deciphered, and the hieroglyphics, or whatever you want to call it, has been understood. And there is the story that has come out of that explains an ancient alien race that came to planet Earth in search of gold, and by use of genetic manipulation took the Neanderthal caveman here, spliced his gene with their gene, and created us. Now, I just found out about it. Blew my socks off. Please, I'm not saying it's true. Just an interesting way of looking at, or an alternative way of looking at, the origins of mankind. I've always believed that we cannot be the only intelligent species in the universe. Aliens must exist on other levels, forms, planets, however you want to explain it. So along came this explanation across my path, and definitely got the better of my curiosity. And in my Googling and YouTubing and researching and finding out more about it, completely from a perspective of interest, I came across a fellow South African called Michael Tellinger. He wrote the book, The Slave Species of God. Now, he has done 1 billion times more research on the subject than what I have. He has discovered ancient circles in Mpumalanga that have been dated back to over 100,000 years ago. I had to go and find him. I had to go, and I've seen these stone circles. I've been to his museum. I spent a day with him. What an awesome chap.